I think it amounts to gross incompetence.
Well, there's no need to keep going on about it.
You went to sleep during the operation.
Yes, that's right, Dr. Stewart Clark. You did.
I was not asleep, Sister Potts. I was merely resting my eyelids.
I distinctly heard snoring.
I never snore when I'm asleep.
Oh, yes, you do. Tonight at least, and...
Disgusting.
Thank you, Dorothy. Why don't you just pin it on the notice board?
That will do, Nurse Benson. I'll see you afterwards.
You should be struck off. It's the patient who's supposed to be asleep, not the anaesthetist.
Quite.
Oh, belt up, Griffin. I'm sure Dr. Waring will confirm that I was fully awake and operational as usual. Duncan, tell him.
Oh, yeah. I'll confirm it. You were asleep.
There you are. I was fully asleep. What?
Well, he was right. You dropped off. It's the second time this week. Like, probably next time it'd be better if you came in your pyjamas.
He doesn't work.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Thank you, Duncan.
Thank you, Duncan.
Well, I'm sorry, mate. I have to say something. Otherwise, next time you'll be stretched out on the table with the patient.
Right to speak up, Duncan.
Thank you, Virginia.
Dr. Waring.
Sister Potts.
I'm sorry to interrupt your moment of mutual admiration, but after all, it was only a very simple operation.
Not
and,
entirely. Duncan, Dr. Waring had a tricky situation there for a few moments, and no thanks to you, he managed to cope with it perfectly.
Thank you, Virginia. Sister Potts.
Well, how's I to know? I was asleep. All right, so I dozed off for a few seconds. I'm very sorry.
What are you doing tonight?
Well, I think I may stay in and probably wash my hair using, of course, medicated shampoo, the sort doctors recommend.
I wish you'd stop fooling around, Duncan. It was a serious question.
Oh, sorry.
Look, I didn't get any sleep last
I'll
night,
come
you know,
round to your
because I
place. We have things to talk over.
Yes, darling.
Look, I didn't get any sleep last night because I had to go and visit an old relative of my mother's who was very sick. And I had to sit up with her all night.
Yeah, likely story.
I had to sit up with her all night and then come here this morning in a terrible hurry.
Yeah, it's just one thing, Vic.
What's that?
As you left the side of that elderly, sick old lady, you put your shirt on inside out and you forgot your socks. And I think I'd hate to see Granny Clark wearing those.
Disgusting. Thank you.
That Stuart Clark is utterly irresponsible. I'm not at all convinced he should be in the medical profession.
I don't think he's convinced either. Oh, Sister Fletcher, where have I seen those lovely, long, lascivious limbs before? Don't tell me. Newborn Nudes magazine, 1976. Miss Spring or Miss Summer?
Doc, I've seen better legs than that on a flamingo.
I mean, a flamingo's kind of tall and thin with a big scrawny beak.
I can do without your comments, Dr. Waring, thank you.
I know, Doc. Must be Miss Winter.
Sorry, related to Fletcher.
You're awful long list.
There's been a group of students hanging around waiting for you.
Where are they?
Dr. Stuart Clark said that he'd show them various uses for medical equipment while they were waiting. They're in the storeroom, I think.
Oh. Well, there you go. It can't be all that bad.
Get any pessary in any bottle and win $5. Only 3 pessaries a dollar. Oh, bad luck. Now, who's the next lucky loser? Come along. There we are.
Winner.
There's a lovely one. Oh, hang on. That's only 3. There we are. Hey, stand back to the line. Don't come over that bandage.
Stuart Clark!
Oh, hello, Morris. Have you come to try your luck? Oh, dear me. It's time you chaps were all back to work. Come along. Enough of this wasting time. I'm glad you arrived, Morris. It's 12:30. Time for my appointment with LG&T.
LG&T, what's that? Is that a new research department?
No. Large gin and tonic. Bar's open. I'll see you later. Are we going out for a drink tonight, old boy? What's all this between you and Virginia Potts? You know, that horse-faced theatre sister with the hairy fetlocks. Not your type, you know. She seems quite respectable. In fact, one might say almost antiseptic. Appearances can be deceptive, though. Intellectual type, perhaps. Good conversationalist. Like yourself. Very small knockers, though.
Well,
Oh, you're still there. I thought you'd gone out. Look,
just don't talk to me. I don't want to know.
really? Why's that?
Because of a kind of childish attitude of which I am ashamed.
Oh, well, there's no need to be. I mean, you're not that bad by and large. A little stupid, perhaps.
I meant you Burke.
Now, look, no.
I just don't want to talk about it.
Now, look,
I don't want to talk about it.
Look, if you've got something to say, why don't you just get it off your chest? Oh, all right, I'll go out on my own.
Sit down.
Why?
I want to talk about it.
Is it all right if I smoke?
Very funny. Now listen, mate. You are acting like a first-year medical student. It's about time you behaved like an anaesthetist with a responsible job. One for which I stuck my neck out.
Yes, and you've never ceased to remind me, and if this is going to be some sort of fatherly lecture, don't bother. You'll be telling me about the birds and the bees next.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. I mean, your reputation at the hospital stinks. And you make Casanova look impotent.
Well, if you're going to bring jealousy into it...
No, look, you know what I mean, you know. Look, I came to this country for a new start, you know. Good job, good prospects. Settle down and perhaps, even in time, raise a family. Whose? Well, mine, you fool. Now, look, mate, Dick. If you remember, you were kicked out of St. Swithin's. This could be your last chance. You're not a young man anymore, you know. Life isn't just having a ball, boozing, birding, fast cars.
Isn't it? I've been misinformed.
You do know what I mean. It's about time you found a nice girl, settle down, and assume some responsibilities.
Oh, I see. What you mean is there is a certain question I ought to be asking myself at this moment in time.
Yes, there is.
OK, I will. Are we going out for a drink tonight or aren't we?
No, we are not. Virginia is coming round. I mean, if you want to go, go. You know, we're just going to have a nice, quiet, private talk.
Not about getting married, I hope, and all that nonsense. Duncan, you're far too young to be sacrificed at the altar.
Virginia is a very nice lady. We've got a lot in common.
Oh, I see. You're going to have an evening of sin, sensuality, and shamelessness.
We are probably going to play Scrabble.
Scrabble? I don't believe it.
What don't you believe?
I think this climate must have addled your brain. We'll be playing doctors and nurses next.
Hi, Duncan.
Hello, darling.
Good evening, Virginia, or might I call you Sister Potts? I didn't hear the doorbell.
No, Virginia's got a key.
Oh. Well, Duncan's almost ready. He's just got to find his vitamin E tablets and his truss. It'll be all systems go for several rounds of strip Scrabble.
I thought you said he was going out.
I did. He is. Push off.
No need to drop subtle hints, old boy. I'm just going. By the way, Virginia, I put some appropriate music on the stereo for you. Abide with me, fast falls the eventide. Don't wait up.
Linda Love, I know it's late. Could you type those notes up for me, please? I've got a dash in a minute.
Well, I was going, but...
Well, I wasn't doing much this evening anyway. As long as we don't have a repeat of the last time you worked late. When you took me out to dinner and I got the bill. Dr. Waring, are you all right?
Why?
Well, it's just that lately you've stopped treating me as a member of the opposite sex.
Opposite what?
Sex?
Not at the moment, thanks. I'd like to finish off those notes. I'll get this list finished off for Beaumont.
Oh, Miss Franklin, you're still here. I'd like you to type a quick letter for me. I'm sending Mrs. Briggs home tomorrow.
No, St. Morris, sorry. Linda's working for me.
Oh, come on, Waring, that's not fair. You're continually taking advantage of her.
Oh, you're joking.
Yes, I know why you're doing all this extra work. Promotion, isn't it? You're after that clinical research fellowship. I'm not a complete idiot, Waring.
Nobody's perfect, Morris.
I'll write it myself.
Duncan, we're meeting in the bar in 5 minutes, and then we're going on a pub crawl to celebrate Bill Martin's divorce.
No, I can't do it. I'm on the wagon.
You're what?
I'm on the wagon.
Are you ill? You are ill, aren't you? There's something wrong with you, and you haven't told me.
Stupid thing. And those pins are very naive. Don't want to know. It's better.
What have you got?
Duncan, we don't want to upset Reverend Scott. We'll be late for his coffee evening.
Oh, I see. That's what you've got.
Yes, darling. Linda, just leave them out and I'll have a look when I get back.
Duncan?
Sorry, darling. Just going. Bye, chaps.
I don't believe it. think the poor lad must have taken leave of his senses.
Well, I just made one last desperate effort, but he's stopped noticing I'm a woman.
He has taken leave of his senses.
Well, I think they're a lovely couple.
So do I, Griffin. Yes, well, I shall have a serious talk to Duncan.
You're too late, Stuart Clark.
Oh, yes. What do you mean? What do you know about it, anyway?
I'm sorry, I'm not at liberty to say. Sister Potts confided in Sister Fletcher, who in turn told me in the strictest confidence.
Told you what, Morris?
Sister Potts is moving in with Waring.
She's what?
It's practically all arranged, and that's not all.
Well, he didn't tell me anything about it. In any case, there wouldn't be enough room in the flat for the three of us.
Exactly, that's the best part. Yes, you'd better start making alternative arrangements for your accommodation. You're on the way out.
I wouldn't count on that if I were you, Griffin. Mind you, it's very strange, though, you know, Duncan not telling me anything about it.
Oh, well, you can't blame him, can you? If he had, you'd be blabbing it all over the hospital. You can't trust some people to keep their mouths shut.
Do you like roses?
Yes, I do. Duncan.
Sorry. Shall I get you a rose?
Duncan. Don't pick roses, they die.
Sorry.
Morning, Dr. Waring. Sister Potts.
Hello, Dr. Griffin.
Majesty.
Oh, no.
Very nice.
Da-da-da-da. Oh, good morning, Duncan.
Morning.
No, excuse me. Dear.
Dick, I didn't see you last night.
Yes, well, you were asleep when I got in and I didn't want to wake you up.
Yeah, well, there's something I've got to tell you, you see.
First things first, your breakfast. Your favourite. Eggs sunny side up, streaky bacon and grilled tomatoes.
Oh, beautiful, mate. Cheers. Wait a minute. What's all this up?
Oh, I'm just tidying the place up a little bit. Find your shirt and I've pressed your trousers. I might shampoo the carpet tonight. Oh, yes, that's my rent. I'm sorry I'm a little late with it. That's the arrears.
What? Hang on a minute.
Yes, that is a month in advance. Oh, and here's $10 I borrowed from you in December to get your Christmas present.
Look, before we go any further, mate, I've got to tell you, Virginia Potts...
Oh, I almost forgot. Your morning paper.
Well, yeah, thank you very much. But look, I've got to tell you...
Sorry, old boy, I've got to make your bed.
What? Dick!
What's the matter? Bacon too crisp? Oh, dear. And that's the last 2 rashers. Never mind, I shall put it down on my shopping list to get you some more. And I'm going to try and locate some English cheddar. I know how much you like it.
What are you up to?
My ear's in housework at the moment, old boy. I thought I'd do a little bit of spring cleaning.
But hang on a minute, you haven't touched a thing in here since you moved in. Now, look, mate, while we're on about it, look, this is my flat.
I know, Duncan, I haven't done my share in the past, and I feel very bad about it. It's been damned unfair on you.
Well, it's not that. It's my...
It's your generosity and selflessness in sharing your flat with me, I know. Oh, yes, it's hard to believe the boundless chivalry of the human spirit at times, isn't it? The little acts of kindness that one friend does for another. The brotherly bond of mutual help and assistance. Oh, yes. I'm not very good at putting these things into words, Duncan. But I really am very grateful.
Well, hang on a minute.
No. Don't deny your simple human kindness. After all, without your friendship and support, I wouldn't have a job. More important of all, I wouldn't have anywhere to live. I'll just go and run your bath water. Yes, Duncan, did you want to say something? Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, Doctor, you were wonderful in there.
Thank you, Dorothy. I do know that.
I was most impressed with you there, Richard. I've been quick to criticize in the past. But when that drip went into the tissue, you acted very smartly.
Thank you, Morris. It was nothing, really.
You didn't have a vein to go into. There was Waring screaming for blood. And you were as cool as a cucumber. Well done. I think you saved your bacon.
Yeah. What's come over you in the last 2 days, eh? You're beginning to act like a real anaesthetist.
Thank you, Duncan. I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah, well, I did. It's weird.
Yes, I haven't got time to chat now, old boy. By the way, Morris, I'm doing some intensive study at the moment, you know.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. I'm seeing all my post-operative patients, gathering data together for a paper on deep vein thrombosis. I thought you might be interested.
That's fascinating, Richard. I hope you let me see the results.
I'd be delighted to, Morris.
Dick?
Do excuse me.
Did you tell him about us? Have you asked him to move out?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you are hopeless.
Yeah, well, I will do it.
Tonight.
Yes. Hello, Dick. Come, bit delayed, you know. It's old Beaumont. Wanted to have a look at tomorrow's list.
Oh, yes.
Listen, mate, I think, we've got to have ourselves a little chat, eh? Get your drink first, hold on.
No, thanks. I've given it up, old boy. I'm on the wagon.
Oh, come on, mate. I mean, just because I
Never
decided...
mind, Duncan. I've got work to do. I'm studying for my fellowship of the Faculty of Anaesthetists.
This isn't just happening, you know. Hold it now. Look, you tell me it's one of those devious, underhand, skillful little Stuart Clark plots and... It's just not you.
Well, it was me you were complaining about. My juvenile attitudes, I think you said. Well, you were right, Duncan. I'm very grateful now. If you wouldn't mind, I'm busy.
I don't believe it.
I'm settling down. It'll be very cosy, won't it? Just the two of us settling down together.
Yes. Now, look, Dick, before you settle down too much, mate, there is something I've got to tell you. See, now, Virginia Potts and
I've got
myself...
some news for you, Duncan. I may be getting engaged.
What?
To Sister Fletcher.
Why, no scrawny flamingo legs, you're joking.
You're speaking of my prospective fiancée.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
I have the highest regard for her. She has excellent taste.
Why?
She proposed to me.
Now, look, Dick, you know, just because I've got myself a steady girlfriend and a different attitude, there's no need for you to do the same.
It's a free country, and I've adopted a new attitude as well. Well, it was your idea.
Yes, but I mean, it was only a kind of chance remark, you know, made en passant. You know, come on, you're acting like Australia's answer to Albert Schweitzer.
Your noble ideas have stirred me to higher things, Duncan. Oh, yes. 'Tis a far, far better thing I do now than I have ever did before. Done before.
Now, look, mate. Wait, I've got something to tell you.
Oh, I've got something to tell you.
Well, all right, well, look, I'll do the listening, you do the talking, no interrupting, right?
Right.
Go.
Sister Fletcher and I have decided to make a go of it. She's moving in here with me.
No, you can't.
Yes, I know it'll be a little awkward, and that's why I've given you advance warning.
No, you see, that's what I was trying to tell you. See, Virginia Potts is going to move in here with me.
Oh, I'm sorry, I might be far too overcrowded.
Exactly. So you're going to have to move out, aren't you?
Just because you can have Sister Potts here doesn't mean to say that I can't have Sister Fletcher here.
I do not want Sister Fletcher here. I want Sister Potts here.
Well, if you're going to have Sister Potts here, I'm going to have Sister Fletcher here.
You can have Sister Fletcher anywhere you like except here.
Well, I got in first, and as far as I'm concerned, you can stick Sister Potts.
Then as far as I'm concerned, you can stick Sister Fletcher. Oh, come on, this is ridiculous. Can't we talk about it reasonably?
There's no need to. Sister Potts has changed her mind. I saw her this afternoon. I told her Sister Fletcher was moving in.
What?
That's exactly what she said. She was horrified.
You backstabbing underhand...
How was I to know you wanted old Pottyface to move in here? Why didn't you tell me? If I'd known, well, I would have moved out immediately.
Well, I couldn't. You made me feel guilty.
Me? Don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, she said you hadn't asked me to move out because you didn't want her to move in.
Yeah, what did you say?
Well, I agreed with her, of course. I realise that you were rather regretting your association with her, so under the circumstances, I shall tell Sister Fletcher she can't move in here either. That seems fair enough, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Shall we have a drink?
I thought you were on the wagon.
No, that was only temporarily, old boy. We're celebrating. It's your birthday today.
No, it's not. No, it's not till next week.
Oh, well, I've arranged a little surprise party for you. Say when.
Surprise party?
Yes.
When?
Is it all you want? I see what you mean. Any moment now, actually.
Yeah, but my birthday's not till next week.
Well, we'll keep the party going until we get to it. That's them now. Sit yourself down, old boy. I will open the door.
Why do I feel as if I've been conned? Thank you very much. Oh, thanks, mate.
Oh, beautiful. Hello. Put all the booze on there.
Hey, Richard, I hope you don't mind. Sister Fletcher was by herself. I asked her to come too.
Sister Fletcher, do come in. Congratulations
What?
on your engagement
I beg your pardon?
to Dick Stewart Clark.
To Stuart Clark and I.
Didn't you know that?
No, but why didn't you tell me, Tiger?
Stage.
Hey, hang on, everybody, we've got a double celebration. My birthday and Stuart Clark's engagement.